Good morning, Bio 131 class. My name is Ericka Quintero, and today I will be delving into the bioethics and science of the bioengineering of coral reefs. As a marine science major, I'm very excited to share this research with you, along with what we learned throughout the semester. So to get started, I want to do a quick refresher on what we've seen on bioengineering. So by engineering, we've seen that it's a combination of biological principles with engineering techniques to develop innovative solutions for a broad spectrum of challenges. We've seen it before with the CRISPR technology and its success on human beings. But in this case, we're going to see its success on environmental degradation, more specifically on coral reefs. So why is coral being bioengineered? Why is coral being artificially made? Well, we've heard it before that coral is dying, but what is actually happening? Well, the biggest damage to coral reefs is climate change. And what happens is that the rising ocean temperatures are the primary cause of coral bleaching. So when the water temperatures become too warm, the coral expels the chlorophyll algae they have living inside them. So they're covered from like all the nutrients, all the minerals, all the bacteria, and that's where the fish feed on. So they turn white and they become the reefs, they turn white and they become more vulnerable to disease and death. And so there's no more food for the fishes either. Also, another cost to this is that overfishing, which happens when too many fish are removed from the ocean faster than they can reproduce. Um, it happens that there will be a decline in fish populations. So there would be a disruption of the balance of the marine ecosystems. And what happens here is that since there's a decline in the population of herbivorous fish, they are the ones who eat off the algae of these coral reefs. And so there will be uncontrollable growth and it will continue to grow. And the coral basically stops breathing. It no longer lives in a quality of life that it can survive. So here's a research fact. Over 50% of the world's coral reefs have died in the last 30 years, and up to 90% may die within the next century. This is a thought-provoking fact, and good morning. My name is Ericka Quintero, and today I will be delving into the bioethics and science of coral reefs. As a marine science major, I'm very excited to share this research with you along with what we learned throughout the semester. So to get started, I would like to do a quick refresher on what we learned in bioengineering. So we learned that bioengineering is the combination of biological principles along with engineering techniques that help innovate and create the solutions to this range of problems, such as disease, food scarcity, and environmental degradation. So we've seen it before, such as the CRISPR technology in gene modification um, on babies. So we've seen success on humans. but today I'll show you the success seen in environmental degradation of coral reefs, along with the ethical concerns. So why is coral being bioengineered? Why is coral being artificially made? So we've heard it before, but what is actually happening? So the biggest damage to coral reefs is that climate change. So what happens is that rising ocean temperatures are the primary cause of coral bleaching. So when water temperatures become too warm, the coral, they expel all these nutrients that are the colorful algae living inside them, and they turn white and they become more vulnerable to disease and they eventually die. These nutrients are food for many fish and other marine life. Another cause is overfishing, which happens when too many fish are removed from the ocean faster than they can reproduce, and leads to a decline in a fish population. And so, with this disrupt imbalance of marine ecosystem, the algae is being uncontrollably outgrown the algae, so it no longer is considered a good quality of life for the coral, and it basically stops breathing. So here's the research fact. Over 50% of the world's coral reefs have died in the last 30 years, and up to 90% may die within the next century. So how is coral bioengineered? How does coral bioengineering work? Well, there's a variety of techniques designed to restore and protect these vital ecosystems at the hands of scientists and bioengineer. So there's gene modification, tissue engineering, and artificial reefs. In genetic modification, scientists can manipulate the genes of corals and to enhance their resilience to stressors like heat, disease, stress, and ocean acidification. By introducing the specific genes, the corals can be made more resistant to environmental changes, more specifically to weather. In tissue engineering, coral tissues can be grown in labs and then transplanted onto damaged reefs. So this technique involves culturing coral cells and inducing them to form new coral tissue. So it's like making coral from scratch. In artificial reefs, these man-made structures, they are such like made from concrete or recycled materials, which brought earlier 90s and 2000s like first artificial reefs. But these ones, they can provide a habitat for marine life and accelerate, new reef growth. But these structures can be designed to mimic natural reefs and provide a suitable environment for coral colonization. And fun fact, the first recorded artificial reef was in the 18th century in Japan, where bamboo and leaf structures were intentionally submerged to mimic that same structure and provide shelter to marine species. So, by combining these techniques, scientists aim to restore damaged reefs, promote coral growth, and enhance the overall health of marine ecosystems. So, who performs in bioengineering? Well, Tilly Reefs is the currently leading company in coral reef bioengineering. Their innovative approach using ocean technology has gained significant recognition for its effectiveness in restoring coral reefs. And so Tilly Reefs has developed a unique mineral mixture called oceanite. This special material is designed to mimic the natural properties of coral reefs. So, unlike concrete, oceanite is designed to attract specific marine species and encourage the growth of coral and other organisms. It can be customized to create a specific environment like any kind the scientist sets it to, adjust it to a certain different type of marine life where the best environment where it's meant to thrive for that certain organism. So the material also has a specific pH level that is ideal for the growth of corals and other marine life. And as a matter of fact, with their most recent advancement, oceanite mixtures can currently attain a pH of 8.1, which is roughly the same as the surrounding seawater which coral live in. And this does is that this prevents injury and irritation to the marine life and promotes a long-term and healthy growth to the coral reefs. So Antilla Reef mainly focuses on the Caribbean. That's where they're mostly settled, and that's where they had more success in. And they've promoted biodiversity and coral growth in their artificial reef structures. But they also have a couple bases in Halifax and Canada. So what are the ethical concerns regarding bioengineered coral reef? Well, bioengineered coral reef raise ethical concerns about the impact on the environment, humans, and animals, and how it alters our understanding of nature. I mean, bioengineering does offer some hope for our dying coral reefs. As I mentioned before, techniques like genetic modification and tissue engineering do promise to restore and protect these vital ecosystems. However, these interventions do raise significant ethical concerns. One major concern is the potential for unanticipated ecological consequences. Manipulating the genetic makeup of corals or introducing foreign organisms into delicate marine ecosystems could disrupt natural balances and lead to unanticipated problems. For example, genetically modified corals could outcompete native species or spread their modified genes to wild populations, with unpredictable results, and scientists could not know how to respond. Another ethical consideration is the long-term impact of bioengineering. While these technologies may offer short-term solutions, it's just like a band-aid, and their long-term effects are just uncertain, given that this technology is very new and is keeping evolving. And the people want researchers to look at the real problem that led to this. Uh, some other people think that by prioritizing technological solutions like bioengineered reefs, we risk overlooking the fundamental problem, climate change and ocean acidification. This could lead to a delay or even a diversion of efforts to address these root causes. It's like having a safety net. If we believe that we have a solution, we might be less motivated to prevent the problem in the first place. So bioengineered reefs could become a kind of like a technological lifeboat. So it potentially reduces the urgency to address climate change. And so while bioengineering does offer some exciting possibilities, it is crucial to proceed with caution and stay informed. By carefully considering both the potential benefits and risks, we can ensure that these technologies are used responsibly to safeguard our coral reefs. I personally believe that bioengineering, as demonstrated by projects like Antilla Reefs, could be a valuable tool in restoring and conserving these vital ecosystems. But what do you think? Here are some of my sources used. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions.